Hello, beautiful YouTube family. I feel like it's been so long since I've come on, and I just first would like to say thank you so much to all the new subscribers. I'm kind of like blown away a little bit. Every time I look, I see another person, and it just really makes me smile. My name is Alejandra Valenzuela. It's nice to have you here if you're joining for the first time. And if you've been with me from the beginning, bless you so much. It is my annual video that I do about the Virgen de Guadalupe. Today is December 12th. It is her Saint's Day. I am a Guadalupana through and through, and I'm so excited. I have actually been getting a lot of hits on the video I did last year on this day. I told the story of Our Lady of Guadalupe. If you have never heard it, it is one of the most spectacular stories about our divine cosmic mother. And I encourage all of you to go and check it out if you haven't seen it. Last time I checked, it had 1,500 views. And I was like, oh my God, it's the most watched video I've got on this channel. There's even a commercial before you start it. Not that I'm getting any revenue yet, because I get to have more followers. But it doesn't matter. If there is one video I would love to be famous for, it is telling the story of our gorgeous mother, La Virgen de Guadalupe. So please watch it if you haven't. And for this year, what I wanted to talk about is actually something that I didn't mention in my video. I was like, Alejandra, why did you not give this moment justice? Why didn't you give it a pause and really call attention to it? And then I thought, the universe is perfect. Everything happens perfectly for a reason. And maybe it's because this particular moment in the story of La Virgen de Guadalupe needed its own video. That's how important it was. It is. So that is what I want to talk about. The title of the video is called The Arrangement of Guadalupe's Flowers. So what part of the story is this? Well, if you're familiar with the Virgen story, she appeared before Juan Diego for the first time on what it's recorded as December 9th, 1531. Juan Diego was this Nahuatl indigenous man. She spoke to him as the Virgin Mother, a darker skinned Virgin Mother that they hadn't seen before. And she spoke to him and addressed him in Nahuatl, his native language. So she tells the bishop, there's this back and forth to go to the bishop and tell him, I want them to build me a temple, so I can connect with the people of this land. They can reach out to me. I will hear their lamentations. I will hear their prayers. I will be with them. And the bishop asked for a sign. And it's a series of back and forth. Please watch the video, okay? You have to hear the full story, and it's in that one. And there's a moment where Juan Diego goes to Tepeyac, which is the hill in Mexico City where she appeared. And she told him to go up to the hill. And in the middle of December, in the middle of winter in Mexico City, which is like crazy high elevation, that the sign will be there. He will see an arrangement of flowers. So Juan Diego goes up to this hill, and the hill is like, there's cactus, prickly pear, brush. There's not a lot growing, and the frost kills everything because it's December, in the northern hemisphere. It's winter, it's cold. And when he gets up onto the top of the hill, he sees the most beautiful garden of various flowers, all kinds of flowers, and they are not indigenous to his land. They're indigenous to Spain, to the region of Castilla, which is one of the places that this bishop was stationed at before he came over to the Americas. So this was the sign, the proof that the bishop, she knew Juan Diego would take to the bishop. And you have to imagine, this is the presence of the divinity. Imagine the Holy Mother of God, what her garden must have smelled like. The flowers, the fragrance, it talks about it had like a subtle, soft like pearls. The description is so beautiful. So Juan Diego, in the video that I made about this last year, I said, he comes down, and then I went straight to the book and I quoted what the Virgen said. And she was like, take these to the prelate. He will, believe it now as the sign that I give him. But what I didn't, I had to put like a little box. And in that little box in the video, it said, the Virgen arranged the flowers before Juan Diego, before she gave the instructions. And this was the moment. This was the moment that I wanted to just pause everything in the story to talk about. The flowers are growing in the middle of winter, right? They're already magical, let's call it. And Juan Diego comes down with his tilma, his poncho, and he's holding them. And you would think all he needs to do now is just take it and go to the bishop. What are my instructions? Let me receive them and go. But that's not what happens. And there's not a lot of detail about this moment in the archive, like the actual script. I mean, I haven't read it in Nahuatl. Maybe I should. Maybe I could like really sit down with a scholar and say, please tell me what else it says. Does it say anything else? Because I want to know this moment in every single detail. The Virgencita, picks up the flowers, takes them from his tilma, and she touches them. And this is the moment. This moment, she had to take them from him and touch them, and then place them again back in his tilma. When I feel into this moment, I wish I was like a creature on the ground or like a butterfly flying around that could have been there to witness this in the holy presence of the goddess, right? Love emanating everywhere. The earth is alive with her splendor. It is sparkling and dazzling, and she is lit by the sun. That's what it looks like to be around her. So imagine she takes the flowers. Like, what did she do? Did she smell them? Did she kiss them? Did she caress her face? Did she just send her prayer? Did she focus her fingers on the stems and put the enchantment? What was her prayer? What was she saying? Because it doesn't say in the story that she says anything. All it says is she picked up the flowers and then gave it back. But I want to know more. Because when the tilma, then, he takes, this is also something I didn't say in the first story. So you're getting like a little more detail. So I hope you enjoy it. That's why you have to watch the first video. So she gives him back the flowers, and then he takes them to the bishop. Well, he was persona non grata when he arrives, right? There's like these guards at the gate that just thought he was a liar. He was this poor indigenous man. They didn't respect him at all, but they saw that he was carrying something, and the subtle fragrance must have been around him. They saw that there were flowers, and they actually tried, in the story it says they tried 3 times to take them from him. But every time they did, they'd look, and it's like the flowers would disappear, or they'd look like they were embroidered into the tilma. They were magical flowers. And, I've heard scholars talking about it, like, they believe that Juan Diego would have given his life. He would have given his life to protect them, because the Virgencita said, only reveal them to the bishop. This is like, I can't like speaking and feel my heart activated. I love her so much. So then when he finally presents himself in front of the bishop and allows the flowers to fall, the image of her, of who she is, her codice, like the Aztecs, they had the famous codices. That was a codice on his tilma. And it is a piece. I will do another video, maybe next year I can do it about the tilma itself. It is enchanted. It is indestructible. It has been blessed with the vibration of our cosmic mother. And that is why this story is so fascinating and amazing. What other holy site has that energetic resonance? I mean, I guess, okay, we could debate about this. You know, Jerusalem, if you've ever walked in Old City Jerusalem, my God, the vibration itself, it feels like saints walked those cobblestone streets. Okay, so yes, there are holy sites and energetic vortexes all around this planet, but an actual something that was a man-made piece of fabric that became enchanted with divinity. And when that happened is when Guadalupe touched those flowers and placed them back into Juan Diego's tilma. So I hope you enjoyed that little detail. There is so much on Guadalupe we can talk about. And I can't wait. Every single year on December 12th, I will be posting about her. And it is my honor to represent the Empress of the Americas and just continue to spread her love around the world, because she is someone who stayed. She stayed in the earthly plane, and that is her tilma. It is her basilica in Mexico City. And if you ever have the privilege to go, it is phenomenal. All right. As with always on these Guadalupe videos, I would like to end with a Hail Mary. Last year I said it in Spanish. I wanted to connect to Mexico, and this year I'd like to say it in English. So please join with me if you care to. And we're just going to tap in to her beautiful, loving presence. And as we say this Hail Mary, may she bless every part of your heart and soul. May you feel her love. May you birth her love from within you. And I send you many blessings as we do this. Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. Blessed art thou among women. Blessed is the fruit of thy womb, Jesus. Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray to God for us sinners, now and at the hour of our death. Amen. Jesus, Mary, and Joseph. Viva la Virgen de Guadalupe. Viva! And to stay with the theme of my channel, I checked in and I was like, am I really going to do comedy after my Virgen de Guadalupe videos? And the intuitive hit was like, yes, you are. Do you know why? Because the Virgen has a sense of humor too. And I think she would get a kick out of it. So she was like, mija, do your thing. So if you did not know, and this is like one of the first times you're watching my channel, I started to do comedy a few videos ago. I can't remember the actual date. It's called My Intro to Comedy. It's hilarious. I do a stand-up of Robin Williams talking about golf. And since then, every single one of my videos ends in a comedic skit. The reason for this, if you watch my Intro to Comedy, I give you the whole spiel. I tell you exactly why I'm doing it. But I'll just give you, in short, a wizard who I very much know and love and appreciate all his counsel, told me that for my spiritual growth and evolution, I have to do comedy. There has to be a comedic outlet for me. And I invite you to watch that video as well. So I've been doing skits from movies I love and adore, stuff from my childhood, stuff that me, my brother, my sister, my cousins would quote all the time. And this one, I thought, it's religious, right? It's Guadalupe, so why don't we stick with a religious comedy skit? And what better than Monty Python, Search for the Holy Grail? So this scene is the Holy Hand Grenade of Antioch. I am a one-woman show. I hope you enjoy it very much. So thank you so much for watching this video. Please click, subscribe, comment. I want this channel to grow. I want blessings of love and spirituality and, healing for all. And if I can contribute that in any way, that is why I started this channel. So please, leave me comments. I comment on everybody's comments. So just wanted to share that with you. So God bless you on this day de la Virgencita, la Virgen de Guadalupe. And without further ado, I present to you a scene from Monty Python's Search for the Holy Grail, the Holy Hand Grenade of Antioch.
We have the holy hand grenade. Yes, of course, the holy hand grenade of Antioch. 'Tis one of the sacred relics Brother Maynard carries. Brother Maynard, bring us the holy hand grenade of Antioch.
Qui est Jesu Domine, dona eis recrie. Qui est Jesu Domine, dona eis recrie. Qui est Jesu Domine, dona eis recrie. Qui est Jesu Domine, dona eis recrie.
How does it work? I know not, my liege. Consult the Book of Armaments. Armaments, chapter 2, verses 9 through 21.
And Saint Attalor raised the hand grenade up on high, saying, O Lord, bless this thy hand grenade, that with it thou may blow thy enemies to tiny bits in thy mercy. And the Lord did grin, and the people did feast upon the lambs and slopes and carp and anchovies and orangutans and breakfast cereals and fruit bats and lime.
Skip a bit, brother.
And then the Lord spake, saying, First shalt thou take out the holy pin, then shalt thou count to 3, no more, no less. 3 shall be the number thou shalt count, and the number of the counting shall be 3. 4 shalt thou not count, neither count thou 2, excepting that thou then proceed to 3. 5 is right out. Once the number 3, being the third number being reached, then lobbeth thou thy holy hand grenade of Antioch toward thy foe, who not being in my sight, just snuff it.
Amen. Right. 1, 2, 5. 3, sir. 3.